People are losing their jobs. We are addicted to our cell phones. We are drowning in debt, dying of loneliness. And our world is being stripped of its color and individuality. So you may be asking, how can we possibly find hope in a world that feels like it's falling apart? Before we begin, I want to introduce myself. I'm Stephanie. I am a speaker, friendship facilitator, community advocate, ribbon dancer, and passionate bike commuter. I am on a mission to change the way we gather and to bring as many people as possible into their greatest soul alignment. I've prepared a little slide of some amazing photos of me doing fun things. This is more important than any resume. This is my credentials. This is how I am validated in being able to tell you how to find glimmer and light and joy. There are so many fantastic things, and I won't even spend too much time because I only have 20 minutes, but a lot of this is stuff that I make out of joy. My purpose here is to raise the energetic vibration and to continue that ripple. So I am very qualified to stand up here and speak. I spread good joy in many different ways through speaking engagements. I facilitate large-scale connective experiences all throughout San Francisco called The Drop-In. That is a fantastic way to bring people together in their joy and in their heart center, and as you know, ribbon dancing and doing other joyful things. Not to brag, but my next door neighbor Ben says that I am the most positive person he has ever met. And that is not by chance, that is by design. I have spent my entire life looking to find the ways that I can infuse as much joy, creativity, expression, positivity, love into my everyday life. So today, we are going to talk about all of my field research in the ways of bringing joy to your daily life. Okay, so the big topic is hope. How do we have hope when we are feeling so hopeless? Hope is not something that you get. It is not optimism, it is not positivity, it is something that you generate within yourself. And the truth is that hope is that you believe that your actions matter. This is really important. If you have hope, it means that you believe that you can make a positive impact. Okay, so our brains believe data that we see, right? We look for validation in our outside realm. So today, I'm going to show you all the ways to infuse that data to create those tiny little glimmers throughout your entire life. Okay, so we are in the midst of a conscious awakening. There is a huge shift in our consciousness, and I believe that the creatives are going to be the shepherds that will bring us through this collective awakening. It is incredibly important that we, as creatives, get to stand as the torchbearers of hope. And we do that by reclaiming our humanness. We do that by creating flawed, beautiful, artistic human expression. It is now more important than ever for you to be aligned and connected to your inner creative expression. Woo. And it's so amazing to be in this room full of creatives. Let me tell you, to be able to write an entire script that is specifically addressing the people who will be able to carry the light in times of darkness as we descend into even more madness, it's such an honor. Thank you all for having me here. Okay, creatives will be the torchbearer. All right, this is really amazing because the theme is a faint glimmer of hope. But I think that we are going to be called to become the glimmer. It is really important for us to light that match within us because that is where that match can turn into a fire. Amazing. When I was on a walk in Dolores Park, I came across this very sad looking plaque that does no justice to the Ramaytush Ohlone people, the original stewards of this land. And I found this quote at the bottom, and it says, "Sun, moon, sky, village, friend, alive. We eat, drink, sing, and dance." Eating and singing and dancing, these are not hobbies. These are ancient technologies that help us stay together, connected, and alive. This is a beautiful reminder that we are meant to be alive together. So the creativity that you're generating within yourself doesn't have to be something that you keep within you. It's actually something you are required to share with each other. Okay, the theme is a faint glimmer of hope, but if you haven't noticed from my outfit, there is nothing I do faintly. So I have actually, when I got the theme, I was so honored to be asked to speak, and the theme was a little challenging because I was like, faint, that doesn't really feel aligned with who I am. So I went ahead and invented something new, and it's called glimmer maxing. So what glimmer maxing is the intentional infusion of as much joy and light in your life as possible, okay? Glimmer maxing is the way I have lived my life, and as you can see, it continues to grow. The tiny little spark of seeking out these little moments of joy and pleasure and connection have this kind of compounding effect of magnificent ripples. Okay, so when you glimmer max, you get more hope. And then when you have more hope, that leads to action. When you are in action, it makes other people witness action, and that action inspires more action. So think of these as a ginormous ripple, okay? Your tiny spark of hope is pushing that energy out into a place that allows other people to be inspired, pick up that little spark, and bring you to the torch of flame. Okay, so let's dive in, because we only have 20 minutes. Commit to daily time in nature. Okay, this is so important. These are two special photos. This is my space in Dolores Park. If you're ever looking to ribbon dance, come to this place. I have my little setup. It's all amazing. These are two different random things. This is my neighbor Simon. He was playing tennis. We gave him a little ribbon dance. These are two random boys who are literally exploring the entire world by selling Chips Ahoy cookies. When you are committing to nature, when you are committing to your practice with Mother Earth, you will be reminded every day we are divine beings. We are a part of nature. It is healing. Take your shoes off. When was the last time you had your feet in the grass? It's so important. I recommend spend 5 minutes, start with 5 minutes. Zoom in on a plant. Go and look at a tree. Put your chest up against a tree. See how that actually feels. That commitment to nature will automatically bring you more hope. Serendipity walks. This is one of my favorite tools. Leave your house with no phone, take your headphones out, no place, no specific direction, and basically just say, whatever the universe wants for me, I am here to receive, and use it as a way to actually fine-tune your intuition. Our relationship with our intuition has been so lost because of social media, expectation, the patriarchy. I mean, we are so heavy with all of these different things that are trying to persuade us, right? Having a deep knowing and a relationship with your intuition is one of the most important things we can have as a creative. Serendipity walks are a perfect way to reward you for that. Sometimes I'm walking down the street and my intuition says, you turn around. I'm like, oh, okay, girl. And then I just walk this way, and one block over, I find a friend, and we have a deep soul connection. You know, the tuning of that intuition is a perfect thing to do on a serendipity walk. I have done business deals with people. I have found connections with people. It's all divine when you're on a serendipity walk. Self-expression through clothing. This is one of my favorite ones. And I know it may feel sensitive, like, okay, why do I want to put so much focus into this? This is a portal for human connection, okay? It is your opportunity to show people exactly who you are without saying a word, right? Then we cut right through all of that extra stuff, right? You look at me and you're like, I feel like a conversation with her might be really nice. Like, it might be this, I don't know, it might be the fucking fringe, like, I don't really know. There's something here that is showing that I am a loving person, I am inviting you in, and not to mention the beauty that comes from engaging in people when you have something that's creative, right? Find something from the thrift store and wear it. You'll see your world will start to open. The first time I ever wore these pants, I was riding my bike, I stopped at a stoplight, and a man looked at me, turned back to his wife, said something, and she flipped. And I was like, no, I'm so embarrassed. And I caught them, And we both had this moment, and he rolled down the window. He was like, I'm so sorry. I was just telling my wife how amazing those pants are. So more often than not, people are admiring your courage instead of judging you. And the feeling of wearing fantastic clothing continues to grow, right? So push yourself a little bit. Wear a stretch outfit and see how the world responds. You'll be very surprised. They will like the outfit. Oh yeah, also, this is my dad and his cousin, and I put them in my jackets. I thought that was important too, because then we went to the Dead & Co concert, and they were like, yeah. They were really loving it, the power of costume. Okay, search for oxytocin. So I like to think of myself as an oxytocin dealer. I love helping people foster the hormone of love, right? Oxytocin is a long-standing hormone, so it stays within you. It's a chemical that makes us feel, excuse me, burp, good morning. It makes us feel connection, it makes us feel love, it makes us feel belonging, okay? Seek out oxytocin as much as you possibly can, and the ways that you can do that is through hugs, touch, proximity, connection. I give a whole talk called The Art of Giving a Good Hug, and I always recommend that if you can find hugs that are more than 20 seconds, that is when the chemicals switch on and you both get the fantastic benefit of having a beautiful cosmic hug where our chemicals are pumping. So if you can, practice getting at least 12 hugs, because that's how many we need for growth. Seek out community. This is obvious. All of you who are here understand the importance of community. When you are in community, you can find a deeper sense of belonging, which brings you closer to healing. Okay? Belonging is the ultimate thing that we are striving for as humans. If you are feeling like you don't necessarily belong to a community right now, be really intentional about seeking out other communities that could help you feel that deeper sense of belonging. It is a tether. It gives us meaning. It is so important. Seek out community. Creation over consumption. This one is rough because we love our dopamine and our tiny little hits of something. I always say, focus on reducing passive consumption, less scrolling, more making. If you find yourself in that state like this, be like 1, 2, 3, snap out, what can you create in the next 5 minutes? Draw something, do something, get yourself as quickly out of that state. Make your place a home, make your home a place of healing. This is so important. Our homes are probably the only space we have the most amount of control over, and your focus should be making it as healing for you personally. Fill it with beautiful art, unique things. Never use the overhead lighting. Let's get lamps everywhere, okay? Go thrift shopping and find unique, weird things. I know you all know this as creatives, but the price of art does not dictate the value, okay? Find weird, funky things. I found this crazy $1 horse glitter that some child made, and then I put fringe all around it, and it's on the back of my bathroom door, so when people open it, it's activated. Now it's worth thousands of millions of dollars, okay? Find the weird stuff and fill it with your home. Find the things that bring you joy. Participate in ritual. This is so important. You can create meaning out of anything if you really want. And when you engage in ritual, you are deepening your commitment and relationship to the universe. This is a tiny little scene that I made for a bee that I found that had died. It looked like it was sleeping. I looked up what that actually means when it comes to rebirth and cycles, and it was saying that a cycle of mine was closing, and that was really resonant with me. So I put a picture of me and all of these found objects, and I made this beautiful altar for this bee, and I took a little bit of extra time to infuse that connection and energy into this, and then when I felt that the ritual was complete, I buried the bee and thanked it. You can make ritual out of anything. Make art. Yes, we're all making art because we're creatives, but the challenge for here is make it without expectation. Make it without the dream to sell anything, and make it because it's bringing you joy. Be creative and allow yourself to be as expressive as you possibly can. Here's some of the weird stuff I've made, okay? I just threw this large-scale connective community experience called Homecoming in October, and it burned me out beyond belief, okay? I have been in full hibernation making weird art. And when I see this art, it brings me so much joy. I've also been noodling with a muse. This is Miss Lala. She is my muse. I don't know, she just keeps coming out of me. And create a muse, create something that feels like, and continue to explore the uniqueness of your own mind and your own creativity. Dance daily. This is really important for somatic expression. We are the only animals that don't shake after a traumatic experience happens. Where do you think that energy stays? In our bodies, okay? Dancing, joy, is a way to actually heal. It's a way to regulate our nervous systems. Bonus points if you do it in nature, extra bonus points if you do it with ribbons. Dancing daily, I cannot express this enough. Make it a part of your morning practice. One song that brings you joy and gets your hips moving. Gotta do it. And then finally is finding ways to be of service. So there are many ways you can be of service, but the goal is discover what your specific skill sets are and figure out the ways that you can give your gift in a way that contributes positively to the world. The beautiful thing about service is that hope amplifies in such an easeful way, right? Once you discover your purpose, you know that you can create positive impact, positive ripples. You'll be unstoppable because you are clear in your mission, you are aligned in your purpose, and you feel so good when you help someone out. It's really important. An easy way to do this is to drive somebody to the airport. San Francisco is not that complicated. You can spend 30 minutes, 40 minutes showing someone you love them. Drive them to the airport. Okay, service amplifies hope. I already said that. Amazing. As a recap, glimmer maxing reminds us that hope is something we participate in, not something we wait for. It is incredibly important for you to create that spark within yourself, to find the glimmers in your everyday life. I am here to remind all of you creatives, your art matters. Your expression is the most important pillar to be able to fight the darkness that we are currently experiencing. Joy and light will always beat out the darkness. Remember that our art shapes how people feel. Our spaces that we create change the way that people can heal, and we can always be the beacon of light for others. Keep creating, keep being, and keep choosing aliveness. Thank you all so much. This has been such an honor, and I cannot wait to hear all of the ways you decide to glimmer max in your everyday life. Thank you. A final reminder is that a faint glimmer of hope is enough to spark action. So no matter how small you feel that little spark, that is enough. And I'd love to be friends. Let's be friends. Here's my social media. You can connect to me here if you wanted to see some of the crazy stuff I'm up to. And if you would like to join a connective experience, this is a link to the drop-in email. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can sign up. You'll get an email blast for when that's happening. Thank you so much. I'm going to kick it over to Rachel.